Hello, you're watching Asean Now, and this is the Weekly Wrap, where I round up the latest and most interesting news in ASEAN for you. It has certainly been a very wet week for several ASEAN countries, with Myanmar, Vietnam, and Malaysia suffering from floods. This year's monsoon floods in Myanmar has been the most severe in decades. It has affected more than 1.5 million people and killed more than 100. During the past few weeks, almost 400,000 hectares of farmland, fish ponds, and farm animals were lost. And on Saturday, heavy rains have caused water levels to rise up to 5 feet deep in the Tanintharyi region, causing the closure of roads and bus services. In Vietnam, flooded streets, traffic jams, and chaos were seen in many streets in Hanoi on Tuesday, following the torrential rainfall of up to 200 millimeters that started the night before. And in Malaysia, an early morning downpour on Wednesday caused flash floods and mud flow in several areas around Penang, resulting in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Meanwhile, Cambodia, Thailand, and other parts of Vietnam are recovering from the floods by Tropical Storm Vomco last week. In Singapore, all primary and secondary schools have been forced to close on Friday. This is the first time Singapore's schools have been closed due to the haze. On Friday, the air quality reached a hazardous level, with the Pollutant Standards Index reading of 341. But in Indonesia, the haze crisis continues to intensify, with conditions in Kalimantan and Sumatra reaching alarming levels. On Wednesday, the PSI soared to almost 2,000 in central Kalimantan. Just to give you an idea of how bad the air pollution is, a PSI level of over 300 is considered hazardous, and a level of less than 50 is considered good. And lastly, 2 Canadian tourists, a Norwegian resort manager, and a Filipino woman were kidnapped by unidentified gunmen from the resort island of Samal in southern Philippines. The 4 were taken at gunpoint during a raid by 11 attackers late on Monday night at Holiday Ocean View Resort. Authorities said that the attack took less than 20 minutes, and the kidnappers sped away with their hostages on 2 motorized boats. Since the kidnap, hundreds of policemen and army troops backed by the Philippine Navy patrol boats were scouring the coast of 3 provinces on the rim of Davao Gulf in search of the armed group and their captives. But there is still no breakthrough on their whereabouts, and the authorities have yet to identify the group behind the kidnapping. Well, that's all for this week. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below, and stay tuned next week for a fresh dose of the region's news. This is Victoria Brown with the Weekly Wrap. Thank you for watching.